Unit 5, Lesson 1, Purposes of the Cardiovascular System. There are 5 major purposes of the cardiovascular system. The first is to transport oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen is essential for each of the 90 trillion or so living cells of the human body. The hemoglobin of the blood picks up oxygen when capillaries pass through the alveoli, or air sacs, of the lungs. This is also where the blood gives up the carbon dioxide that it picked up earlier in its journey. As the newly oxygenated blood courses through the body and reaches the capillaries along the way, it passes the oxygen to the cells of the body and picks up the waste carbon dioxide produced by the metabolic activities of the cells. The next major purpose of the cardiovascular system is delivering nutrients and energy to each of the cells and absorbing the metabolic waste products from the interstitial spaces, which are the spaces between the cells. Next, we have white blood cells, or WBCs. White blood cells are an important part of our immune system, which helps to protect our bodies from disease. These specialized blood cells are able to differentiate between me and not me, and attack and destroy cells it identifies as foreign. Of course, these cells use the vascular highway to find their prey. A fourth major service our cardiovascular system provides us is transporting hormones throughout our bodies. Hormones control everything from appetite, to blood pressure, to glucose metabolism, to libido. They are synthesized throughout the body, from brain to liver to gonads, and are delivered directly into the blood. Without hormones and their delivery system, we would quickly die. The fifth major function of the cardiovascular system is temperature regulation. Warm-blooded animals like us have quite a narrow range of acceptable internal temperature. So how does the circulatory system cool us off and warm us up to keep us in that narrow temperature range? To cool us off, the vessels in the extremities and closer to the surface dilate or open up. This brings more blood out of our warm inner core and closer to the air so that the excess heat in the blood can be transferred out of the body. This explains why our faces flush in hot weather. It is the extra blood closer to the surface bleeding off heat to keep us cool. Just the opposite happens in the cold. If the body is having trouble maintaining a constant 99.6 degrees Fahrenheit in your core, it will pull more blood from the periphery by constricting those blood vessels. This accounts for the numbness and tingling and eventual frostbite secondary to excessive exposure to extreme cold. So, as you can see, this is a very important system. Please go through the lesson again if you think that will help, or check out the script and the recap and the links. Then, do the exercise and click the big red button to move on to Lesson 2, where we'll look at the word roots needed to be able to speak about the cardiovascular system.